The World Endurance Championships, which are taking place this weekend, and it is really good that we can join them here for round one of the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. From here we head to Oschersleben. That'll be on the 14th to the 16th of May, supporting the GT Masters. Then it'll be off to the Red Bull Ring in June, and then Monza, also in June, and then to Zandvoort, the Nürburgring, Sachsenring, and everything comes to a finish at Hockenheim in October. So we're hoping for a full season of 16 races over 8 rounds. As you can see, we're on the formation lap. The cars have pulled away off the grid as they work their way around this historic track. As mentioned before, just a little over 7 kilometres around. That equates to about 4.3 miles. 19 turns, 10 of them are to the left and 9 to the right. One of the real prominent features of this Spa track is the elevation change. Unbelievably, an elevation change of 102.2 metres around the circuit. And just to put that in perspective, that is higher than Big Ben. That's a lot of gradient changes as they go around this lap. And of course, the most famous corner, Eau Rouge, which leads to Raidillon, a steep, fast right-hander with a 25% gradient. And you really don't get an impression of quite how steep that is on the TV screens. It is one of the most famous and feared corner combinations in motorsport. And we're really excited to see the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany as they compete not just on Eau Rouge and Raidillon, but around the rest of this historic track. There you can see Larry Tenforder getting some heat into the tyres. He's got it all to do again, but he really is the man on a mission. Of course, the Porsche Mobil 1 Super Cup champion, but he's got Lauren Heinrich, the rookie champion, alongside him, and Heinrich really is a man on a mission at the moment. He is very much up and coming through the ranks, and we're going to be seeing whether he can take it to Larry Tenforder as this race progresses. Third on the grid is Christopher Zirkling and Leon Kohler. And again, Leon Kohler, an experienced driver, has been in the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany for a couple of years now, and really good to have him back here in 2021. Dorian Boccolacci starting in P5, and we're very good to see how he goes. As we said before, there he is in the number 17 car. He's just guesting here this weekend, but he is a very impressive driver who's come through the ranks, and will be good to see how he goes in the Porsche Carrera Cup. As you can see, that's the new GT3 Cup car, the Porsche 911 GT3 Cup car. There's been revised for this year, lots of improvements on that car, and we'll tell you some more about that as this season progresses. In the meantime, the formation lap has been done. There's heat in the tyres, heat in the brakes, and the cars are starting to take their position on the grid. And when this race starts, they'll be heading in to La Source, which is pretty well a hairpin corner and often the scene of many an incident before it's flat out of that corner and up towards Eau Rouge. And you can see it's quite crowded. 29 cars are ready to do battle here. They're all identical. They're all running on control tyres. They all have restricted setup options, and they're all here to win in the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. As the final cars just get into position, our focus will very shortly turn to those 5 red lights that you can see. And the red lights will come on. That's indication that all is good. Here we go. The 5 red lights are on. When they go off, we are go. And we are racing. It's the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany 2021. And it's Larry Tenforder who leads into La Source. The rest of the field comes round. The question is, can we all get round this hairpin corner? There's problems. There's one car that's sideway across the track. And looks like they've kept it going without any major incidents. And we continue on our way. Larry Tenforder, and he has got the start that he wanted. Lauren Heinrich in second, and Christopher Zirkling in third. So on we go, and the first lap of the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany 2021 season is underway. You can see Zirkling just weaving as he heads into the corner, and Leon Kohler just behind him. The first 4 breaking away slightly, and the rest of the field comes streaming through. The roar is absolutely deafening. Weather conditions are perfect for this race this afternoon. And the cars continue around the first lap here. It's 30 minutes of racing plus one lap for the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, and that's the number 99 car, the blue car you see there of Bastian Buss. And he is one of the talent pool drivers who has been very, very impressive so far. He guested last year and showed very well and has been looking very good during practice and qualifying here. And he is working his way through. But it's Larry Tenforder at the moment who leads the way from Lauren Heinrich and Christopher Zochling. And you can see Dorian Boccolacci coming under pressure from Max van Splunteren. And Boccolacci, who is in P6, and Van Splunteren. And in fact, Boccolacci had got past Van Splunteren. So Dorian Boccolacci in the Martinet by Almira's Porsche is making very good progress. There's a car that's at the side of the track, and it's the young Maurice Schuring that we were talking about, and it may have been him who had the incident on the first lap that we saw across the track. And we're looking at a replay again of the cars heading into La Source, and Maurice Schuring getting it sideways, and you can see the car going across the track there. Fortunately, no major damage to any of the other cars, but it looks as though Schuring's afternoon has come to a very premature finish. So we're coming up to the first lap. It's just completed. Larry Tenforder leading the way from Lauren Heinrich, and he's opened up about a 1 second gap. And there's Bastian Buss on the inside into La Source. What courageous driving from this young man. And he's got Rudy Van Buren for company behind, and another young charger, Luke Hartog, just behind, and Sandro Kai back as well. Quite a battle, these cars so evenly matched. And the young chargers all looking to make a name for themselves in GT racing. So there's Bastian Buss in the number 99 car, leading the way. He's showing in P10 at the moment. And a lot of positions being fought for further down the field. Dorian Boccolacci is our leading rookie, and our leading Pro-Am driver is our defending champion, Carlos Rivas. He's down in P17, but he, of course, is first in category, leading in the Pro-Am race. So we have the main championship race, we have a Pro-Am race, we have the rookie championship, all taking place within this one race. And it's Larry Tenforder, the man who has been on a mission, who leads the way. And he won the championship last year, came so close to winning Porsche Carrera Cup Germany Championship in 2019, and just got beaten at the time by Julian Andlauer. And last year it was all about Dylan Pereira, and that was who he was up against for much of the year. As we see a car going wide, picking up some gravel. That's Bastian Buss on the outside. And we're observing the track limits here. Track limits which have been very much a theme throughout these last few days already. Numerous cars had times disallowed during qualifying because of track limits, and it seems to be something that has been ongoing for a long time now, track limits, and it's very much the topic of discussion once again. In fact, there was a red flag thrown during a free practice on Thursday because drivers were exceeding track limits so much. We're looking at Bastian Buss now on the outside of Dan Van Koyk, and what a great move, Dan Van Koyk alongside trying to come through, but it's Bastian Buss who leads the way. And there's also Rudy Van Buren in there as well, 3 abreast as they head towards La Source, but Bastian Buss just with his nose in front, holding off Rudy Van Buren on the outside, and Dan Van Koyk on the inside. This is such a great battle, and Luke Hertog as well getting involved. Quite a scrap. It's Bastian Buss who's come out in front of that particular battle, and he is in 9th place. Great charging, and car onto the grass, 2 wheels onto the grass, and all the cars pointing in the right direction. It was Luke Hartog was one of the cars that was getting onto the grass, and look at this, 4 abreast into the corner. Incredible driving, and inevitably It's Sandra Kaibach who gets together with Dan Van Koyk. The two cars go off the track. And it doesn't look as though there's too much damage, and they should be able to carry it along their way. So here's Larry Tenforder and Lauren Heinrich, and you can see how much of the corner they're cutting. The track limits could be something that comes to bite us as this weekend progresses. It's one of those circuits where there is room to run off, and we saw cars both in free practice and in qualifying getting penalised for exceeding track limits, and you could see how wide Lauren Heinrich went there as he came out of the corner. The back end of the car stepping out, and the stewards will be taking a look at that. There's nothing that's flashed up on our timing screens yet with regard to track limits, so things continuing as they are. Is Larry Tenforder who leads the way from Lauren Heinrich, Christopher Zirkling in third place, and Leon Kohler in fourth. Dorian Boccolacci, our fastest rookie, in fifth, ahead of Max van Splunteren, who's in sixth place. And as you can see, Larry Tenforder, he's not getting away. It's about 0.8 of a second back to Lauren Heinrich. As once again we head into La Source and then into this legendary straight and flat out corner, which is Eau Rouge, taken in fifth gear, heading up past Radion and up their Kemmel Straight, one of the fastest parts of the circuit, presenting one of the best overtaking opportunities as they head into Les Combes at somewhere close to 170 miles an hour. And then it's heavy braking into turn 5, Les Combes, and you can see Leon Kohler taking a little look on the inside of Christopher Zirkling. And the rest of the cars following on. So Christopher Zirkling, who's in third place, back in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany for the first time since 2017, and showing very well indeed. But the man that they all want to beat, Larry Tenforder, he's had quite a stranglehold on this series for the last couple of years. And there's Jan-Erik Sluten. Really good to welcome him back into Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. And that's another driver with a lot of GT racing experience. So a challenge now, Antonio Teixeira. He is one of the talent pool drivers. And Teixeira behind Bashar Mardini. And Mardini, a driver who joins us this year in the number 89. And a car that has been partly run by Huber Racing. And Teixeira looking to the inside, sees a gap, but the door is firmly slammed in front of him. And there's Kim Hausschild, who is just behind them, looking to pick up any pieces. So here we go again, a replay of Larry Tenforder and Lauren Heinrich coming up over the hill, bouncing. You can see the cars getting airborne as they bounce across the curbs. The new 911 GT3 car for 2021. An amazing bit of kit. And they build them strong, don't they, as it comes bouncing over the curbs. So Larry Tenforder, he's opened up about 1/10 over Lauren Heinrich in the lead. And they are about 2.2 seconds ahead of Christopher Zirkling. And it really does feel as though it's going to be Tenforder and Heinrich who are going to be our main contenders for the championship during this season. And here they are, both starting from the front row of the grid and fighting here at the legendary Spa-Francorchamps circuit. Christopher Zirkling and Leon Kohler, and then Dorian Boccolacci and Max van Splunteren. So you can see the first two have just broken away a little bit. And our highest Pro-Am driver, still Carlos Rivas, a real legend in Porsche Carrera Cup racing, and especially in the German series. And Carlos Rivas who is running in P15 at the moment. There's Dorian Boccolacci in the green and silver car, and he is a driver who has been in Formula 2, Formula 4, GP3, and more recently in GT racing. He won a race at Lausitzring in the GT Masters last year, and it's really good to see him here in the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. He's the highest placed rookie, and definitely impressing around this circuit. So Larry Tenforder still leading the way, but using a lot of the track, and still no warnings about track limits. Very pleased to see. So we've just got our eyes on the timing screens to make sure of that, and nothing has been flagged up. There was a drivers' meeting that was called, an extra drivers' meeting that was called yesterday to talk to these drivers about the track limits, because so many cars were going off, and you can see a very brave marshal there retrieving some debris from the track and returning back to his position. Rather you than me, as Larry Tenforder completes another lap. This race, which is 30 minutes plus one lap, and we're getting towards the half distance and up that legendary slope. You just get no idea of how big that incline is until you see it in real life, and taking that flat out over the blind crest as it head towards the Kemmel Straight. Really something quite spectacular. This is a battle that has been ongoing. Bashar Mardini for Van Berger Huber Racing and Antonio Teixeira, and this is the fight for 17th position, and it's one of the closest battles on the track. And Teixeira, part of the Porsche talent pool, and so many top drivers who come through the talent pool learn their skills here in Porsche Carrera Cup, as we look at Christoph Langer, and he's fighting with Ahmad Al-Shahab, and that is down in 25th position, but every place counts here. And these cars, which are identical, and you can see the number 28 car, Christoph Langer for FAC Autotech, hanging the back end out as he goes around the corner. Now Lauren Heinrich has pulled in Larry Tenforder. You can see now that the gap has closed up. The timing screens are saying 0.343. And Lauren Heinrich looking very racy indeed in the Van Berger Huber Racing Porsche, the Team GP elite car of Larry Tenforder. Anybody who thought, with Dylan Pereira not in the series this year, anyone who thought that Larry Tenforder was going to get it easy is very much mistaken, because Lauren Heinrich, our rookie champion, has put in the pressure on, and we saw this in a couple of races last year where Larry Tenforder appeared to be leading the way and walking away with it, and then would take too much out of the tyres, and in the second half of the race would see his main competitor coming back at him. And Lauren Heinrich, looking very strong indeed, has closed the gap up. In fact, Larry Tenforder has just opened it up a little bit on the latter part of that lap as they come up the Kemmel Straight. Spectacular to see. And it really is, these two out front ahead of Christopher Zirkling, who is in third place. So there's Antonio Teixeira, and he's in front of the Bashar Mardini car, and behind them Kim Hauschild, and another rookie behind them, Rudolf Rinn, and there's the ever impressive Sebastian Buus, that's for P9, and Jesse Van Koyk in the number 26 car, who is in P8 but has now been relegated to P9 because through has come Bastian Buus, and Rudy Van Buren also wants a piece of the action. So Jesse Van Koyk going deep into the corner, and Rudy Van Buren needs no further invitation as he comes through, but our eyes very much on Bastian Buus. Very impressive driving indeed from this young driver And we continue with the battle with Christoph Langer and Ahmad Al-Shahab. So these cars very much identical. The only thing that can be changed between them is setup, and there's Ayhan Şengüven who's into the pit lane and has been very quiet by his standards in this race. So Ayhan Şengüven into the pits. Looks like his afternoon is over as we look again at the leading duo. And you can see they've broken away from Christopher Zirkling. And Ten Forder, having seen Lauren Heinrich closing up in his mirrors, has managed to open that gap back up again, and about 0.8 of a second is what it's showing on the timing screens, and they are about 2.6 seconds ahead of Christopher Zirkling and Leon Kohler. Dorian Boccolacci there, still holding on in P5, well ahead of Max van Splunteren. And the number 4 of Luke Hartog on the inside of Jesse Van Kooyk. And Luke Hartog, who is the Benelux champion, coming under pressure. But Van Kooyk not finding a way past. And then behind him, you can see the number 18 car of Julian Hanses. So some more slow-mos of the cars bumping over the curb. And there is Jesse Van Kooyk. So Jan-Erik Sloten and Georgi Donchev. Jan-Erik Sloten in 21st place, Georgi Donchev in 22nd. And they are fighting in the Pro-Am category. Our Pro-Am leader is still Carlos Rivas, and he's quite a long way further up the road. So this is for 4th place in the category of Pro-Am. And it's Jan-Erik Sloten leading the way at the moment, but Georgi Donchev is looking the quicker of the two, trying to find a route past. And Jan-Erik Sloten trying to make that Porsche as wide as he possibly can. So here we go again, Georgi Donchev just lining up into the corner. And Jan-Erik Sloten having the legs ahead of them. It's Rudolf Rien for Allied Racing in the number 35 car. So Georgi Donchev really tucked up close to Jan-Erik Sloten. And looking to pick up a slipstream when they get onto the straight. And we're back to our leaders. 0.791 is the gap between first and second. And Lauren Heinrich giving it everything he's got. The reigning rookie champion against the reigning Porsche Carrera Cup Germany champion. It's Ten Forder versus Lauren Heinrich. 10.5 minutes of this race left. Leon Kohler still down in 4th place in the nebulous Racing by Huber car. And that's Fabio Citignola, another of the talent pool drivers, and Jukka Hunkavori. And the number 41 car, which is Hunkavori. So battles, as you can see, raging throughout this field. And there's Bastian Buss again. Up the hill he comes. Takes so much courage to keep the foot buried in the floor. Sorry, that's not Bastian Buss, that's Rudolf Rien. A lot of blue cars in this. So Rudolf Rien with Georgi Donchev. Looking left, looking right, and now Jan-Erik Sloten getting involved as well. So Rudolf Rien just getting it all wrong, under braking, going straight on, takes the escape road. But now it's Georgi Donchev who takes up the running, with Jan-Erik Sloten looking to jump, and in the background Sebastian Glazer as well in the number 55 car. So Rudolf Rien for Allied Racing The rookie getting it all wrong into the corner and disappearing off into the escape road. And Sidignola and Honkavori fighting for position still. And Sidignola currently in 13th place and Yuka Honkavori in 14th. A warning's been given to car 15, that's Lucas Gronevelt, a verbal warning, and that'll be, I expect, for track limits. And the fastest car on the track so far has actually been our 5th place runner, Dorian Boccolacci, and he is running 2:21.807 as the fastest lap. And that compares to 2:22.8 for that man there, Larry Tenforder, leading the way, 0.6 of a second ahead of Lauren Heinrich. And then a gap of 2.7 back to Christopher Zirkling. And just in the background, you can see Leon Kohler in the white car, different livery for this year. So Sitignola still with Honkavori for company. And up towards Radion. Onto the Kemmel Straight. 6th gear all the way down to the right-hander, which is Lecombe. And there's Robin Reen. He's got a puncture. So Robin Reen into possibly as a result of that moment going off the track, but it's Rudolf Reen who is going slowly, and a puncture means he's going to be going back into the pit lane, and he obviously will drop to the very back of the field if he rejoins at all. So whether he picked up that puncture as a result of contact or whether it was through debris, through going wide off the track, but Rudolf Reen's afternoon is very much come to a premature end as he peels off into the pit lane with that flat tyre. And again, the lead battle continues. There's been no change, but it is as close as ever. The gap's seesawing somewhat, about 2 or 3 tenths change between them from one lap to the next. And Christoph Langer, who continues to fight with Ahmad Al-Shabab. So Al-Shahab onto the runoff area, and Christoph Langer just holding that position in front. So here comes Langer, and there is Al-Habab just behind. And Rudolf Reen into the pit lane, having to go very slowly because of that puncture. Would be tearing up the bodywork if he goes too fast with the rubber flapping around. Fresh tyre on, and he will rejoin the race. And still, this battle at the front continues. Larry Tenforder, and here comes Rudolf Reen out of the pit lane, just in front of Larry Tenforder, keeps out of the way, and now Lauren Heinrich once again looking to line up Larry Tenforder. He really is closer now than he has been pretty well at any other point in the race, but it's one thing getting close to the car in front, it's another thing getting past, trying to pressure Larry Tenforder into making a mistake. But Larry Tenforder does not make many mistakes. Warning flag has been handed out to Lucas Groneveld for track limits, but so far it looks as though everybody has avoided any sort of penalty for that. So here's Tenforder, Lauren Heinrich, the real charger, coming through. He was the rookie champion last year, and he wants to be the overall champion this year. And the battle continues between Ahmad Al-Shahab and Christoph Langer. And that's for 23rd place. And Al-Shahab in front. And Holger Harmsen, there's a driver we haven't spoken about yet in the HRT performance car. Looks like he's had a bit of an adventure on the corner. And having a look at that again, and you can see he just picks up a bit of curb, goes spinning round. So good to see Holger Harmsen in the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany this year. A man of many years experience in single mate series, been in Ferrari Challenge for many years as well, and good to welcome him to Porsche Carrera Cup Germany for this year. So, back at the front of the field, that's the battle for third place. Christopher Zirkling with Leon Kohler for company. The first two have broken away, then it's third and fourth, and you can see Leon Kohler flashing his headlights furiously, trying to do anything to distract Christopher Zirkling. And then in the background is Dorian Boccolacci in a fairly lonely fifth place. So there's your 1 to 5 coming through the screen. And up Eau Rouge, up the steep hill into Raidillon, and down onto the Kemmel Straight. Lucas Grunewald and Bastian Buss. And Grunewald in 7th, Bastian Buss in 8th. And really excited to see Bastian Buss in this series this year and seeing what he can do. Here's a challenge, Leon Kohler and Christopher Zirkling. And Zirkling just holding on to that third place, the last of the podium positions. It's Christopher Zirkling in the number 27 car, Leon Kohler in the white number 77, Nebulous, racing by Huber Porsche. And there's your first four, first five in fact, all in one shot. Dorian Boccolacci making a very good showing in his first race for Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. And a shame that he's not going to be with us for the full season, because he really does bring something extra to the races. But good to have him here at Spa-Francorchamps for this weekend. So you can see how much Leon Kohler picking up a little bit of dirt as he bumps over the curbs. And Christopher Zirkling in the FAC Autotac car, looking to have a handle on this. And there's the number 99, Bastian Buss. Lucas Grunewald just in front. And Max van Splunteren in front of them. So once again, Zirkling and Kohler. Kohler taking a look, but it really was just a look. There was no way he was going to get past there. Heading through the chicane and up to La Source. And this is a great overtaking opportunity as they head into the hairpin turn of La Source. Kohler looks to the outside. Zirkling has the racing line. Goes deep into the corner, now giving it absolutely everything as they head towards Eau Rouge. And now Leon Kohler trying to pick up a slipstream, keeping his foot planted in it. The compression of going down that hill and then up again, keeping it flat out over that blind crest. And Christopher Zirkling still holding on. Leon Kohler trying everything he can think of as they head towards Le Combe. Zirkling going wide, and Leon Kohler taking to the outside line. They duck through into turns 5 and 6, and then round to turn 7, and then it's through to the second gear Rivage corner. So Christopher Zirkling still holding on to the last of the podium positions. A warning's been given out to Leon Kohler, and unbelievably our clock is about to strike 0. We are into the +1 lap of this race very shortly. The track limits warning was given to Leon Kohler, but into the final lap of this race, which has absolutely flown past. It's Larry Tenforder who leads the way. He's opened it up to about a second over Lauren Heinrich. And Bastian Buss there in the number 99 car. A very impressive 8th place on his debut here in the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. So into the closing stages we come. It's Larry Tenforder and Lauren Heinrich doesn't look as though he's got anything that he can offer. So we can see the number 15 car of Lucas Grunewald locking up into the corner and going deep into the runoff area. But here comes Larry Tenforder. Into the last lap of the race. Leon Kohler and Christopher Zirkling, still their battle continues. And still Christopher Zirkling holds on. Dorian Boccolacci keeping a watch on the two of them, hoping they'll get together and he can pick up a podium. So Larry Tenforder's got about a second on Lauren Heinrich. Then it's this battle here. Christopher Zirkling, Leon Kohler, and Dorian Boccolacci just a little behind. And here's Bastian Buss on the inside of Lucas Grunewald. The two cars almost make contact, and Bastian Buss getting it wrong, sliding the car into the runoff area and dropping back down the field. What a shame after such good progress. And the fight for third place continues. Christopher Zirkling, Leon Kohler. It's a last chance look around the outside in this, the final lap, and Dorian Boccolacci really has closed in on both of them. And if these two cars get together in the final stages of this final lap, that's the only invitation Dorian Boccolacci will need to get through. But Christopher Zirkling looks like he's got a handle on this. Leon Kohler can't really find anything through, and Bastian Buss and Rudy Van Buren getting together. We can see Rudy Van Buren locking up, and there's Luke Hartog who goes through. And quite a scrap there for the minor places. And that is further down the grid now, because Bastian Buss is back in 9th place. But the final throws of this race, Christopher Zirkling, Leon Kohler, and Dorian Boccolacci competing for the last of the podium places. And here is our leader, Larry Tenforder. He finished off 2020 as the champion, and he's looking to repeat that feat this year. You can see him taking an awful lot of curve into the chicane, and out for the very last time. He sees the checkered flag. Is Larry Tenforder, who wins the race ahead of Lauren Heinrich, and this is quite the battle for third place that goes the way of Christopher Zirkling, Leon Kohler in 4th place, and Dorian Boccolacci in 5th. And they are a long, long way ahead of Max van Splunteren, who will come home in 6th place. And in fact, yes, it is Max van Splunteren, and he comes home in 6th place ahead of Luke Hartog. And Bastian Buss recovering after that moment going into the corner for P8 ahead of Rudy Van Buren, Lucas Grunewald, and Leon Kohler looks to have missed the pit entrance there, and is going to have to turn around and come back again. There is quite a tightly choreographed routine for the end of this race. The cars come into the pit lane, and Leon Kohler, who finished in P4, clearly missing the pit entrance. But no doubt about our winner, but it was hard work for him, wasn't it? Larry Tenforder. Lauren Heinrich wasn't going to let him have that one easily, and the marshals, oh, go on, give it a push. Leon Kohler car, take the brakes off. The rest of the field still coming through. Our leading rookie was Dorian Boccolacci, and Luke Hartog, who is in 7th place, was the 2nd place rookie, ahead of Bastian Buss. And the winner in the Pro-Am category, coming home 15th on the road, Carlos Rivas, ahead of Bashar Mardini and Kim Hauschild. So those are our first three: Larry Tenforder, Lauren Heinrich and Christopher Zirkling. And very, very shortly we will see them on the podium. So a nice replay there of Larry Tenforder and Lauren Heinrich bouncing over the curbs. Really impressive stuff. The Porsche 911 GT3 car, quite forgiving over the curbs, and it really needs to be the way they drive these around here. So good to see these cars back at Spa-Francorchamps. And there's Christopher Zirkling and Leon Kohler. Replays of them bouncing over the curbs as well. So Larry Tenforder, one race down, 15 to go. Can he repeat his title of 2020? Well, it's looking pretty promising for him, isn't it? Dylan Pereira was the thorn in his side last year. And Julian Andlauer was the thorn in his side the year before. It looks like Lauren Heinrich is taking up that position now as the man who's going to put all the pressure on. But the perfect start for Larry Tenforder. And you'll remember at Le Mans at the beginning of last season, he won on the world famous race circuit in support of the 24-hour race. And here we are supporting the World Endurance Championship at Spa-Francorchamps. And he started his season off in exactly the same way. The omens are good for Larry Tenforder. We're just waiting for the drivers to come through to the podium, and then we will bring you the podium presentation. So this beautiful